Which
interact
surprised
with you.
me.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because I didn't think people would be too enticed by the idea of me talking about basketball at that kind of deeper level,
Right.
intellectual level.
Man, I'm weird looking, but I can
What's up,
still-
everybody? It's the first edition of the Controlled Chaos podcast. It's been a long time coming. You guys have been asking for it. We are here to deliver. I'm here, the host, Carl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and here are my amazing co-hosts. He introduces himself to the world as a filmmaker, a content creator, ex-baseball player, right-hand man to me as well, and now he's adding to the resume a podcast host. So Chucky Anthony, welcome. I think you have been the moving piece to all of this. You've been wanting to get this done for a long time. The fans have been asking for it. I have fancy about it. I'm not too big about doing it, but you kept pushing it. So
It had to be done. Someone had to make the first move, and here we are.
The crazy part about it is I know you want to do this podcast because we spent hours after fights on Saturdays talking about boxing, MMA, and you were like, why don't we just talk about this with the fans?
True. This actually really started off when we started doing Instagram lives, when we were just messing around and just saying whatever the hell we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And people started kind of hitting us up on the DMs and commenting on our posts like, yo, please get back on IG live. Please. You guys went crazy. We loved it. Let's do it again. And we never did.
No.
We never did it.
in true fashion of mine.
Yeah, so.
Nah, I think that this podcast was really started off the love of boxing and MMA, and we talk about so many things, but it always got really heated between us when we talked about combat sports. And I think that taking that kind of passion of combat sports and the things in the world, podcast seemed like it was destined to happen. It just needed the logistical things to get worked out.
Like I said, had to be done. And people are going to be really interested because you've been starting to stream a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, let me take that back. You've been streaming. No,
you had it right the first time. I streamed.
Yeah,
I didn't really stream
but
too much.
the depth of the streaming now is you're over here analyzing your preseason games. You're kind of more interactive with everyone, which is amazing because everybody loves it. Everyone kind of gets to
Which
interact
surprised
with you.
me.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because I didn't think people would be too enticed by the idea of me talking about basketball at that kind of deeper level,
Right.
intellectually.
And we kind of started this journey of like kind of opening up to your lifestyle more like a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you kind of weren't really on social media.
No.
You really weren't. And
Still ain't.
right. But shout out to Jess who kind of put it together where, she asked me like, let's do something and help Carl kind of get out there more on the social media platforms. And we've been going at it for the past few years now, and you've been
Getting better.
just
Getting
leveling
better.
up every
Yeah,
time.
for
So
sure.
this is good that we're here now finally doing this podcast. And also I've been having fun streaming with you, man. It's been cool.
It's been hella fun. I've actually enjoyed streaming recently. I thought last night's stream was great. I thought people got a great chance to just really hang out with us. There was no video games even played. It was just chilling and chatting and talking. Controversial decisions were made yesterday. I know I looked at my Twitter earlier today. Very rare do I do that.
Yeah.
And I looked and someone said, controversial take, Carl picked Dunkin' Donuts over Popeyes.
I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
I had to. I couldn't allow Dunkin' Donuts to be out there and not get the love it deserved, man. That held me down.
Well, the thing with those two is people start to kind of get to know you personally when you start kind of talking about like Dunkin' Donuts.
They never knew I had a Pop-Tart. I've never had a Pop-Tart.
Exactly. That's why that's coming soon. You eating a Pop-Tart on YouTube. Everyone follow him on YouTube. Carl Anthony Towns.
Mm-hmm.
And he has another one called Cat Live.
Cat Live. That's what we called it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we have a controlled Chaos podcast. We're just killing the game right now with the social media stuff.
We're trying. And the fans make this possible.
Yes,
because they're the ones
for sure.
who give us the motivation and the drive to do this. Because this is something I never thought I would be doing.
Right.
I thought this would maybe be something when I'm like retired, talking about doing maybe or getting into, but fans wanted it right now.
Well, let's be honest. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this because, well, you're already, I mean, in my opinion, you're one of the top athletes in the NBA. Prove me wrong. You are.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, numbers don't lie. Financially, you're okay, I think. Are you okay? Do you need to borrow money from me?
I'm okay.
Okay, you should, because I could send you something. And dude, like, you're on the Timberwolves. You're you got everything right now. You don't really need to be doing social media stuff, but you are, and everybody loves it. The fans love it. What made you want to do the whole preseason thing, the whole talking about the preseason like games and stuff?
Yeah,
because everyone loves that.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I didn't really think too much about it. I was just on stream. I was trying to come back to stream, and I was trying to figure out what to do. It actually, in a way, happened kind of by accident.
Yeah.
I was so focused. You remember when I was talking, I was like, yeah, I'm going to stream. I got all these things set up. We're going to play these video games. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Everything's going to be solid. Boom, I start my PC up, and it's almost in flames because it's trying to process Warzone, Call of Duty, and how big the game is memory-wise, and the RAM and everything's needed. It just was not working out. It was not trying to play. It kept giving me a restart the computer message, everything. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what would actually work with OBS and streaming. And I just felt like the video games wasn't going to get it done. There was no other video games I was really excited over Call of Duty to play.
Yeah.
I really wasn't really too excited. Among Us sounded fun. I didn't really have enough people to play. I hadn't set up anything with the fans yet, so it was going to be kind of like trying to juggle while on stream, trying to figure out people who are playing and not. So didn't want to do that. But I can only think of certain things that were like very it's funny, we're talking about this PC that's super expensive and is having trouble with Call of Duty, so I'm trying to figure out ways of it not having to run so many powerful things at once, like Call of Duty and everything. So randomly it was just like, maybe I had an idea about it a while ago and never really thought it was going to come true, but something like, hey, let's just watch YouTube videos,
right? And
just randomly people wanted to see this preseason game. It was the New Orleans Pelicans one, and it just worked out, and it's just something that they really like. I didn't expect that. That was something that was not in the cards.
Well, personally, dude, I was like, okay, man, you're analyzing this to the T, and it's great to hear because you're very cerebral with what you're talking about with the basketball stuff, because you don't talk much about basketball. No, you really don't. You just kind of play and you kind of show, and everyone sees what you do, and they're just like, and
the tape's running in my head. So like I've already seen this play breaking down in my head.
And you're breaking it down really good. It's like almost like you need to make your own little Carl Towns camp of how you know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty cool.
I'm watching
I'm reading the comments, especially like on YouTube, and when you do the stream, everyone's just like, yo, this is so dope. Like, Carl is locked in when he does these things, and it's true. I'm sitting there like thinking about it, and you're over here telling it in detail, and I'm like, yo, I'm liking the game more because you're over here talking about how an NBA player thinks in an elite level, which is pretty awesome.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, so let's go into it, bro. Preseason thoughts about the Wolves.
It was good. It's been good. What's the thing with me is I was worried about these games because we always talk about things we want to get better at, and then you get to the preseason and nothing translates from training camp.
Well, let's get the cow out the bag. You guys didn't do too well last year, which is why this is of an important year, right?
No, for sure.
And you guys showed out, bro. This is my opinion. You guys showed out. You guys really surprised a lot of people. You guys have a great team. Your off season was, personally, I saw how you worked. Ridiculous, right? Your diet is on point.
Yeah.
Your training was just even crazier than the year before.
For sure.
Just the timing, what time you woke up, how long you were in the gym for, and dude, it showed. It showed these preseason games. Like, you didn't really play too much. You were kind of.
I really didn't play. Yeah. I wasn't sharp.
That's the scary part.
I was very dull. I was trying to figure things out.
To your like what do you call it, standard, right? You weren't going too hard, but you were playing pretty dang well. We could cuss on this, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to make this pretty damn fucking well. You were doing well.
You could cuss.
And also, dude, even I'm sure people are critical, especially when you guys play who are big fans.
Yeah.
Even me, just seeing you guys play for so long, I was like, dude, like, let's go, let's pick it up. And I'm looking at the score. You guys are up by 15. I'm
yeah,
like, yo,
no,
what the hell?
that's what happens when you play fucking defense.
Yeah,
you know,
no, for real.
You play some defense.
Your guys' defense is
and
way
the
better
offense,
too.
and the offense will never worry about it. Since I've been in the league, any team that has had me on the starting group, we've always had a top 10 offense.
Yes.
That's always been the case, and it's always been a great plus minus. We just always lacked that defensive component that would win the championships, you know, and it gets us there. So we would win a lot of games. You know, we always put ourselves in a lot of games. I think with 1 year, we led the league in the most games lost by single digits. We're always put in the game because of our offense.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
There's a lot of things that fans don't realize. They don't look statistically and all the synergy things we're looking at, and there's a lot of crazy stats that just show, you know, there's a lot of components that come to winning a basketball game, especially at the highest level. Yeah. And we just lack some of it. And now we have a very good team that has depth, that has an understanding of what our culture will be, what our image is going to be, and it's worked out really well. And that's the thing, though. Like, preseason is a good time to get that kind of ironed out, or to see if it's going to stick. Yeah, and it's stuck.
Right, and it looked good, especially how the offseason was for everyone in the West. It was looking like everyone's creating super teams.
Yeah, no, and the West got better. Everyone got better. So.
And, you know, sometimes, especially how last year was, people kind of put you guys under the back burner. But this preseason, man, you guys showed out. I'm excited for the season. Yeah. I'm excited for you this season. You always, I mean, let's be honest, you consistently put up the numbers every year. It's like it's not known. It's not like not known. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited, man. So
I'm glad, man, because, you know, it's the thing. It's a really good time. It's a lot of changing pieces happening in Minnesota. We got to give the fans something. Yeah. Seems like they need something positive to talk about. So, but you know, it's crazy. We just talked about it earlier about how we did this podcast because of our love of combat sports. Yes. I'm gonna just stand down at combat sports because I don't think me and you will watch competitive slapping. I don't even know what they call it.
I know,
but you see that guy? Those guys be doing that. They're nuts.
That looks tougher than boxing.
But you're guaranteed to take one on the chin. You're guaranteed to hit one on the nerve. So I want to ask you this. I think me and you have talked about it a lot, and shout out to myself. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back a little bit. I told Chucky early on, I said, yo, Usyk is not a game. He's not a paper bag going out there against Joshua. He really has a chance. And I know you love Joshua, let's be honest.
For sure.
You love Joshua. I think he's an amazing boxer. I think that he certainly earned his spot in the heavyweight division in boxing, but for sure. I told you that Usyk is a problem. And I know he's smaller, and I know that he's not the biggest name, and I know he struggled on his first heavyweight fight, which one thing he always brought up to me, but I said, this man is a masterful boxer, and boxers give Joshua problems. And I want to know what you feel about that Joshua Usyk fight after watching it. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I know the fans really want to hear what you have to feel about it.
Well, you know, like you said, I am an Anthony Joshua fan. I followed him for a while now. Saw him perform against, you know, big names. Klitschko obviously was one of the top fights that I've seen so far with him. And he's just, you know, he's like the all-around boxer. But yeah, man, very disappointed against Usyk. I wouldn't say I was surprised. I was more disappointed for sure. In my head, I think Joshua was just not prepared for it.
You don't think so?
He just wasn't. I mean, if you think about it, he was prepared for Fury. He wanted that Fury fight.
But he doesn't beat Fury with that plan.
No. But he obviously didn't put that game plan towards Usyk. It just, I feel like his mind. If you notice both of his losses, right? His mind was not trying to fight Andy Ruiz. He got knocked out. He wasn't trying to fight Usyk.
And he almost got knocked out.
And I mean, technically, yeah, bro, honestly. But yeah, look, credit to Usyk. He outboxed him. Joshua didn't look too good.
So the only reason I bring that point about the plan, right? Let's say if he was focused on Fury, he was getting rocked by Usyk. Usyk was 30 pounds lighter than him. If he was to fight 20, Fury with that kind of attitude, that kind of mindset, that kind of game plan. He was getting knocked around a little bit by a man who's 25 pounds lighter than him. If he was to fight Fury at what he is, he's fighting against a man who's as great of a boxer heavyweight history has ever seen, and he's 35 pounds heavier than him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he makes it to the end against him.
Well, let's just say this, right? Styles make fights, and that Joshua versus Usyk fight was just not for him.
Usyk was too fast for him.
He's just too fast. That left hand was hitting him all day. But if you really think about how he could fix it, like, move your head a little bit. Get your foot outside. He kept his front foot inside of the southpaw, which is not a good spot. Keep the foot on the outside. Going to his left was a problem for him or something. He always kept his head in the middle. There was just something he wasn't prepared. It didn't look good.
I don't know what it was. I just knew that I had told you about Usyk, and when Usyk went in there, you could just tell the man Usyk had no fear.
No fear, great footwork.
And he took early. I feel like he was kind of trying to take a shot from him just to test it out. Mm-hmm. And he took one.
Took a couple.
And he didn't really.
He backed off a little bit. The mid rounds, he backed off a little bit.
But I think the fact is the matter of Usyk. Fury said something very intriguing about the Joshua fight before it started. He had
I don't
said
know exactly what you're going to say.
You already know that's my whole thing. That he said that Joshua is not. He's not invested into being the bigger man in any fight. He doesn't like fighting like the bigger man. Tyson Fury weared down Deontay Wilder in his fight by leaning on him, being the bigger man,
right?
Having to take some shots, but to expend more energy and more thought to the opponent. And he said Anthony Joshua is not in favor of being the bigger man in the match, and also he said if things get a little hard, Anthony Joshua tends to not prevail. He doesn't seem to get into the grind.
Right.
The grind's not for him. So
well, I feel like Fury kind of based that whole theory right after the Andy Ruiz fight, because before that, Joshua was unbeatable. He was walking through. This is why he was popular. He was walking through guys. He was huge, and he was knocking him out. Right.
Klitschko.
Right.
Klitschko put him on the map because he got up
and knocked him out. Right. Bigger. Klitschko's a bigger guy. So.
Do you think he beats Klitschko without the uppercut?
Yeah. For sure.
You think he knocks him out in that fight?
Yeah, I think so because think about how he got to that uppercut, right? He was kind of tied up. He was gassed, and Joshua was still throwing. So this is how I see it, right? I think mentally Joshua changed how he started fighting after he got knocked out against Andy Ruiz, because he was huge against Andy Ruiz. Knocked him down. First time ever Andy Ruiz ever got knocked down with a hook straight to the mat, right? Mm-hmm. By Joshua, and Joshua was fearless. Yeah. Let's think about it. He walked Andy Ruiz down. He was fearless. He got on the inside and hit him with a short left hook, put him on the mat, and he was supposed to finish him in that round, right? And he was careless because he's a bigger dude. You would have never thought Andy Ruiz would catch him with a hook.
Andy Ruiz surprised me.
Yeah, to the temple. And it wasn't even a hard shot. It was a quick hook to the temple.
But his hands, Andy Ruiz got such quick hands.
Right,
it's like a lightweight swinging.
No, for sure. And this is why I think this is why they did the rematch. He became lighter, and then he outboxed him that second fight, and they didn't even need to do a third match because he was going to do the same thing again, right? And I think he just kind of took that after. He just honestly look at him against Usyk. He didn't look like you said, he should have been the bigger dude taking him down, but he didn't. And maybe he's a little.
I think he should have. If I was him, I would have went for a bigger body. I would have put some weight on. I would have made myself too different to be beaten. Too much weight.
I agree.
First thing, Usyk's own people said that Usyk is not gonna lose because of talent. He's gonna lose because if he ever loses in his career, he's gonna lose because he's just too much smaller than the other.
Yeah.
They say he's gonna lose because of weight. He's not gonna lose because of skill.
Yeah, for sure.
So if they already knew that was the game plan to beat him, I would have put 15 pounds on regularly. He had time. Yeah. This fight was not rushed.
He tried to box him. Anthony Joshua tried to outbox him, which was he should have planted his foot, took some shots, and just hit him to the body.
Knocked him.
Hit him hard for 6 rounds.
And it's funny, Anthony Joshua to that fight against Olympic gold medalist was undefeated. So he was foul.
Yeah.
He was trying to keep his record clean off of that as well.
Well, things change, and I'm excited for that third fight.
Well,
or the second
like
fight.
you said, things are
second.
changing, and the heavyweight division is becoming different. And last weekend's event did not help it stay stable whatsoever. So
That was the
Tyson
best.
Fury, Deontay Wilder, the trilogy was completed. Tyson Fury won by knockout. An amazing KO, might I add.
Now, you're a big Wilder fan.
I am.
So let's talk about this.
I love
Because let me
Wilder.
see how you feel about this.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you how I feel about it. So you didn't get to fully watch the fight.
I didn't get to fully watch everything, but I got
saw
a good
parts
idea
of
of,
it.
yeah.
I
I saw everything I really mostly needed to see without the little details.
Did you think he could have beat Fury?
Yes.
Did you think he should have beat Fury?
Should have?
Yes.
I mean, he shouldn't have won because he got knocked out. So, I mean, he should have done anything. I think that when I look at Wilder, I see a man who possesses one of the greatest power punches that boxing has ever seen.
Agreed.
I also see a man that has now proven to the world. I felt he had it. I thought that the confidence that he has, while maybe a little arrogant at some points, is pure confidence because he believes in himself. And I know he has the grit because I've seen him get punched really hard a couple times in his career, especially in his amateur days when he got knocked out as well. I've seen him take punches and understand that he could take a punch.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know if I just didn't want the fight to go long, because if Wilder was the win, he could not make the fight longer than it needed to be because he's not a boxer. He's a strict power puncher. He really knocks you out with one clean shot. Fury, who's an amazing boxer, he's right when he says it. They have to be perfect every round. He only needs to be perfect for 1 second. Fury got hit with one punch in the fourth round one time. He was on the floor. And when he got up, he was not okay. Wilder put him back down on the floor. He didn't even hit him clean.
Yeah.
He just kind of pushed him, and he was like, I got to go.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of him, but I just didn't. I thought in the fourth round, he had a chance to put him away or put a major decision on the ref to see if he really wants to let him to keep going. Especially in the fifth round, I thought he could have kept the pressure on. But obviously, we learned after the fight that he breaks his right hand knuckle. It takes a lot of it out of his signature punch. We seen last time Wilder lost. And listen, I love Wilder for his confidence. I love him for his charisma, his charisma.
Yeah.
What he is to boxing is what we need in the heavyweight division.
100%. I think he is the top. He's the second best heavyweight
I think so too.
as of today, right?
I think that. Remember the first thing I kept telling you? I said, well, I don't know if Wilder could beat Fury. I don't know if he could beat him. I think that it's tough, but I think that the only man in the world that has a chance to beat Fury is Wilder, and the only person Wilder could lose in the world is Fury. So now the argument stands when you say Fury. Well, Fury knocked out Wilder.
Yeah.
He knocked him out twice. You're gonna say, well, who could beat Fury? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I could also say the same thing. If you take Fury out the picture, who could beat Wilder?
Right. Credit to his trainers for Wilder's trainer.
I like his new trainer. I thought he looked really good.
He looked way better, dude. Like first round, he came out with a hard jab to the body.
He was throwing
3,
hard
4 of
jabs.
them.
There was no soft
and then
touch.
a hard right hand to the body. I think Fury got caught off guard. He was hitting him hard. And I think it gave him that little notice of like, all right, he's coming for me this time. He's got a good game plan. And what I saw though is he has a big problem of that stamina, right? That stamina, especially if you're swinging like him, he hits hard.
Yeah.
And for 12 rounds hitting like that, you got to be on some shit. It's gonna be tough.
I just feel,
especially against Fury.
I just feel like Fury. I knew if he made the fight last, it's like Tyson. You just wear him down.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get too tired. You only got to hit him on one clean shot, and that's what Fury did. Now, shout out to Wilder too. I don't know if anyone really picked it up. I didn't feel like media really kind of tried to talk about it. Well, Wilder got hit really hard, and he went down in not a pleasant way. At 2.5 seconds, he was already on his back, ready to get up. The ref was the one who stopped him from keep going. Which I think you have to respect the decision of the ref because they have been battling like wars. And the fall didn't help. If he would have fell like he was hurt and
he was
just
lights
felt,
out though.
but he was like lights out
lights
going
out.
down. So
He felt like
yeah, so
zombie
you had
status.
to. You
bro.
have to.
He was
so no,
stretched
I'm
out.
not saying the ref is at fault. I think that was
Yeah.
the right decision, but he for sure would have finished if he had to.
Let's just say I'm a bigger fan of Wilder now
Now.
because of that.
For sure, I
For
think
sure.
that he won a lot of fans.
I
think that other
He
than
lost a
other
lot of
than
fans last fight.
other
because
than winning, this is the best outcome he could have had.
he lost a lot
Especially
of
to his legacy. There's
Think-
nothing wrong losing a trilogy to another person who's going to go
100%.
down as the greatest Hall of Famer.
Do you
too.
agree with this though? Do you think he lost a lot of fans from last time of all the
I think he
excuses?
should have never said that comment
I
about
agree.
the costume.
I agree,
I
man.
feel like if he would have just said he was the better man that night and I have to readjust for the third fight, it would have been totally different.
What about the cheating? Do you believe that? Like, it looks kind of bad now because he actually knocked him out cold this time, and they for sure made sure he didn't cheat.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a big thing. He kept going.
I don't
going
know.
with it.
I don't know. With the cheating thing, I feel like,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It was said already. I feel like, these guys work what 9 months, 10 months, sometimes 12 months, sometimes.
Yeah.
If you're Anthony Josh right now for your second fight against Usyk, 12 months.
Yeah.
These guys work out tremendously hard and they're super focused and don't get to have no preseason games,
For sure.
no regular season games to the finals. It's straight to the finals when they meet up in the ring. And
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so, his confidence and his pride was hurt. He
Yeah.
got knocked out. He got knocked out cold. He's never, other than an amateur, he's never been touched like
Yeah.
that.
And
he didn't know he was boxing yet.
Yeah.
He was a truck driver who just quit and started becoming
for
a boxer
sure,
to pay
for
for his
sure.
daughter's bills.
So
you know?
do you think?
So his pride took a shot. There's a reason why he didn't shake his hand. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I feel him. I feel
Yeah.
him from a
Pride
competitor to
pride
another
was
thing.
hurt.
Think
Pride
about it. Your
was hurt.
pride was hurt. You got
Yeah.
knocked out by another man you've been talking shit about
I agree.
for months, and now he knocks you out when you were fighting well, and you're thoroughly upset you lost. You're more upset. You feel embarrassed, and your wife is crying, and we all see this, and it's a bad scene. And then you want me to shake your hand after causing me this kind of trauma? Like I don't think I'm gonna do the same either.
It was a bad look though. It was a bad look.
I don't think it's a bad look. That was such a competitive fight. That's like asking Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns that hug it out after the fight. You know what I'm trying to say? They were trying to kill each other.
Right. They hugged it out like 20 years later.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird.
Okay, check this out. What's next in the heavyweight division then, in your opinion? Who's your top 5?
Top 5?
Yeah, give me a
Fury's
top 5.
one for sure. I still have Deontay Wilder,
Of course.
being
That's
number 2.
easy.
I think that he hasn't lost any step. I think he's gotten better. I just think that Fury he's going to go down as one of the best heavyweights that's ever touched this planet.
Right.
Ever. So we got Tyson Fury 1. We got Deontay Wilder 2. I've told you this before. I got to give it to him, but Usyk would be 3, but I don't count him as a heavyweight.
Yeah.
I feel like he's kind
Cruiser.
of like a Roy Jones Jr. He's just like kind of going around any land
Yeah.
that has a belt that he
Dang,
likes.
top 3, huh?
But I think he has what? He has all the belts but the one Fury has.
Yeah.
And Fury beats him.
Okay.
And that's because of the same argument his own people said that he's going to lose by weight, not by skill.
So you have Anthony Joshua 4th.
4th.
And 5th is what? Andy Ruiz? Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you think this rematch is going to go with Usyk and Joshua?
I think it's going to be really good. I think that it's going to be really good. But the problem is you're giving a master boxer in this world a chance to see you again when he already knows how to beat you because he's done it once.
Yeah.
So now he gets to even be more prepared. He already knows what punch messes you up. And also the worst comes to worst is that he gets another 4 months to train other than Joshua because of his eye. Usyk,
I think he's training now. He's training now.
Joshua?
Yeah, his trainer said he's
even with his eye?
Or,
he got to get surgery.
No.
Maybe till surgery. They say he has to get surgery.
No,
on it.
Eddie Hearn said he's already training.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Eddie Hearn's put it out like
I'm
few days
I'm
ago.
surprised because he broke his face for sure. He needs to go get that fixed.
I don't know if he broke his face.
Usyk
but-
really just needs stitches. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard. Oh, Eddie Hearn said he's already training, so getting ready for the fight. So we'll see. So what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen?
I think that it's going to be more competitive. I think
Prediction.
Joshua is. I still don't believe. Joshua has never given me anything to believe that he's willing to be the bigger man. So I
Wow.
still think he's going to come in his usual weight, maybe another 5-10 pounds heavier. I think Usyk now with 12 months is going to get bigger. I think that he's going to become a little bigger of a man. He's going to be about 15 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
And he's going to come in ready to ball. And
So you
we're
think he's
be-
gonna outbox him?
Yeah,
Decision.
for sure.
Decision.
Honestly, I see a knockout.
You think he's gonna knock out Anthony Joshua?
I think Usyk's gonna get him.
Oh man, I can't.
Because he already almost got him once. The reason why I'm saying that is because Joshua's gonna come in more aggressive. And when you come in more aggressive, you leave yourself open more.
Okay. Well, my prediction: I think Anthony Joshua knocks him out in the 8th and 9th round.
You think so? I think
Usyk
gets him in the 6th.
I think he's gonna out try to box him first 3, and he's gonna pressure him the last 5.
But has he proven to you that he will do
I think that's what he has to do.
But has he proven he'll do it?
Yeah, of course.
That's like asking someone who doesn't shoot to be Steph Curry.
No, he's proven it. Klitschko, he's proven it. He's proven it. He's had the belt for so long. Like, I mean, yeah, he lost to Andy Ruiz, but he came back and got it back the next. So, I mean, that's just my prediction. We'll see. Obviously, it's tough with Josh. Joshua's a tough one because I could say that, and then, he gets knocked out. Or I could say that, and he really knocks him out.
I think the real question is, what is Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury going to do? Because who can they fight?
So that's why I even brought that up. So whoever wins that, right?
Tyson Fury has
to fight for the belts. Like, I mean,
Tyson Fury has to fight.
He's going to fight Usyk or Joshua, right?
Wilder's in a weird spot where he has the time to recover.
Well, he could fight Joshua if he loses.
Do you think you told me you think Joshua Ruiz fight sounds pretty?
Joshua Ruiz again? Or I mean Wilder?
Yeah, Wilder, sorry.
Well, yeah, because let's say, so this is how it is, how I see it. Joshua fights the rematch with Usyk. Wilder has to fight. He has to fight somebody. Yeah. So he's probably going to fight the number 5 guy, which is Ruiz, okay? Because you have to mix him in. And then I guess Tyson Fury has to wait for the unification to see who has the belt.
Well, it's going to be intriguing. It's gonna be intriguing because I don't know.
And I don't know who's gonna beat. I don't know who's gonna beat Fury, man. I don't know who's gonna beat him.
I don't think anyone's gonna beat him. I think
he's on God level right now.
He's up there on the next person we're gonna talk about, which is Canelo. And Canelo now has a chance to fight Caleb Plant to be the undisputed champion.
There's a lot of for sure's of what's gonna happen, but there's a lot of like, what if Caleb Plant does this kind of talk, right?
Well, Caleb Plant is a boxer. Mm-hmm. Floyd Mayweather's the only person to ever beat Canelo Alvarez.
And Erislandy Lara.
Yeah, but that for sure was a tough fight. And
that was a close fight.
You could dispute how much of you that fight. But the only one that's guaranteed certified by boxing by the boxing is him losing to Floyd Mayweather, who is the best boxer we have ever seen. So, what do you think about that? I think Caleb Plant's a hell of a boxer, but he is nowhere near a Floyd level, and he would need to be damn near flawless to have a chance, in my eyes.
Yes, I agree. He has to be 100% on his game that day.
He can't get injured. He always gets injured most of the fights I've seen recently. Like last fight he fought beautifully, but he broke his hand.
Yeah, he needs to. I don't know, man. I like Caleb Plant. I've seen him fight. Great footwork, quick. He's a long fighter. He's taller than Canelo, but that doesn't matter with Canelo. The question is, can he take the punches, man? Can he take the punches?
I don't think anyone in the world could take any punches from him right now. Canelo's too strong, too good. I think Canelo's so good, he's a better boxer than Gervonta Davis, but hits as hard as Gervonta Davis to people.
Yeah, he punches hard, man. And it's not even his power hand, it's his hook. People get on notice when he hooks the opponent to the body. If you watch Canelo's fights, he walks down his opponents, right? He's flat-footed. He's kind of flat-footed. He's not really jumpy, and his last fight against BJ Saunders, he walked him down. Bad.
It was like stalking. It was like kind of like Jason X.
Yeah, and he's a boxer. BJ Saunders is a boxer, southpaw, very quick, elusive, and he stopped him with basically just body shots, strong body shots, planted to the ground, just straight hard shots to the body. That uppercut, he was waiting for that uppercut because he was reading BJ dipping down every time, and he was trying to time that uppercut. And guess what? When he timed it, he broke his face. And I don't know. And look, Caleb Plant has a chance. I think everyone has a chance, but Caleb Plant definitely has a really good chance to outbox Canelo. But Canelo's going to train, man. He does not take this shit lightly.
I'm trying to look up if I could find exactly what Canelo. I know I saw something about his punching power, but it's something. It's something stupid.
It's the pressure. He stays in front of you. He moves his head. Like, think about it. Me and you train. We box, right? Yeah. Think about someone just smaller than you, right? Just walking you down.
Just
Mentally,
straight.
you're like, fuck. And then you're trying to hit him, and you can't. And he hits you harder than you. And you're just like, damn. And you're backing up. You got this 5'8" guy, and you're like 6'1", whatever. Like, you're taller than him. You're towering over this guy. And you're trying to run back. It's just morally not the best for you as a boxer. It's just, and it doesn't look good.
I just don't see anyone in the world beating Canelo.
So what's the prediction then? What's the prediction?
Canelo wins by knockout.
What round?
7th
round, mid-fight. I agree. I'm gonna go around there.
I'm gonna go with 7th.
I think you know what. Let me give him a bit. What do you call it? Benefit of the doubt. I think he knocks him out late rounds, like 9th, 10th.
Let's talk about this though, just to steer the ship a little bit. Canelo, we're talking about the power he has. Well, I've been fortunate, thanks to you, brother, to see Pacquiao in training camp this past off season, and even with the loss to. He fought Ugas, right? I was trying to get his first name correct.
Boxing, shame on you. That was a setup. That was a setup.
Yeah,
that was a setup.
That's you go from Errol Spence to that.
You have 1 week to train for him.
Yeah.
And Ugas is not a nobody. Like he went head to head with Sean Porter.
Yeah, I think that to see the power he has at his age, still it's just ridiculous.
Well, that whole training camp thing was kind of like a last minute thing. Some of his people hit me up, was like, yo, you want to come see Manny train? I was like, yeah, can Cat come? They're like, of course. Bring him through. Came through. Got to meet him. They freaking loved you, obviously. And yeah, dude, you got to see him spar a little bit. Got us some signed gloves. Took a photo.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that was meeting my hometown hero. He's from General Santos City.
That was your Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah. He's from General Santos City. I was born in General Santos City, Philippines. He's a hometown hero. Everyone in my family knows people in his camp, and just they always. My dad actually, my dad's friends actually hired him from some random jobs when he was younger in our city.
Crazy.
So it's kind of cool. Like now that my dad gets to see me hang out with Pacquiao and have photos, and it was just I posted it on Instagram. It went all the way through Facebook somehow because my family follows me, and they're just like, is that Chucky with a Pacquiao? It was cool. It was very cool.
Does any of your family remember him when he was young?
Yeah, my dad remembers him, and then my uncles remember him. They all hit me up. They're like, "Oh, that's so cool. Manny Pacquiao. I used to do this and this when he was a kid. Like we hired him. He was making like 5 cents an hour. It was
5 cents.
Yeah, dude. He was. He's from the gutter. He's from the gutter.
For sure. You've told me stories about your city where you're from.
For sure.
And he's obviously he's trying to rebuild that whole city.
Well, he's taking care of the city. He's running for president.
Yeah.
He's running for president. He's just trying to make a big change in the Philippines. We'll see.
Well, he's been awesome to us, and I hope he wins that presidency. I know he really wants it, so
here's
to him winning it. But another person we saw, I didn't personally get to see him.
Well, you have before.
I have. Yeah. I've seen him his training camp for Andre Berto.
He actually mentioned you when I talked to him when I was at his camp. He mentioned you. He's like, yeah, Cat used to come around, watch me train.
Yeah,
good dude.
Oh.
Like I love, they love you over there.
Yeah,
obviously,
that's my family.
They all know you over there.
That's good family over there at TNT, man. But I know you got to watch him train for the Jake Paul fight.
Shout out to Logan Paul.
Sorry.
Shout out to Greg LaRosa. That's Floyd Mayweather's main bodyguard. He actually took a bullet for Floyd. We all know that story.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's actually helping me out with a bunch of business ventures in Vegas.
Greg is the man.
Yeah, he's the homie. Shout out to him.
Greg is the prince. If Floyd's the king of Las Vegas, he's the prince of Vegas.
For sure. He hit me up. He's like, yo, Floyd's training tonight. Come through. Only certain people come. Came through, and then I started coming through.
You even trained.
I was training at the Floyd Mayweather gym. It was dope, man. I love boxing. You already know that. Yeah, got to see him run. This man runs for hours, bro. It's
you got me on him because I started doing those boxing runs. I was like, there's no way he's doing it for like how long you say. You're like, bro, he does it every day.
Every day, bro. And in the hot Vegas sun, he's just running after he trains too. And this guy's lifestyle is just on the go. It's on the go, and it's crazy. He's 40 plus years old, and he's still going.
Do you think he looks better right now when he's actually trained up than he did when he was younger?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell. He probably gained like a few pounds, but you can't even see. It's like.
I think Floyd's one of the greatest people when we talk about stories. He's one of the best people ever to. When he gets hit hard, he doesn't even show it, but he knows in his mind he's in trouble.
Yeah. So
and it's amazing, you know, how they talk about Floyd's defense, but it's his chin too that he's been able to show sometimes that has saved him.
Did you like the Logan Paul fight? The Logan Floyd fight?
I liked watching Ocho Cinco fight.
That was entertaining.
I think that was super entertaining. I think that was the most entertaining fight. I think the Logan Paul fight was entertaining just because it was just those two people we all really came to see, but it was not more entertaining than the Chad Ochocinco fight. For sure.
But that was just cool watching him train, man. It was he was a lot of people come through. I saw him spar, bro. You've seen him spar.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish, because he's just a showman. Like, he had only like a certain amount of people come and watch, but he put on a show. Like, that his sparring session was in my opinion better than the fight. He was like making these guys bleed, and like he was just going after them. But it was so cool watching him fight and spar. Late nights too.
You even got to meet the owner of Grant.
Oh yes, and his son.
Bro.
Both of them awesome
of the best
guys.
boxing gloves in the game. Shout out to
For
Grant.
sure. Shout out to Grant. They're trying to actually get a pair for us. Actually, we could go there anytime.
We should make that happen.
Yeah.
I want to get some Timberwolves gloves. That would be pretty sick.
We need to. Yes, that's a good idea. No, awesome. I met both of them at the training camp. Got their contact, and I actually talked to them religiously, like see how he's doing and stuff. So that's awesome.
I think that, you know, we talk about all the stuff these guys do, but I think Grant is one of those gloves that's helped Floyd a lot, because Floyd, you know, he broke his hand a lot. In fights. He's got hurt a lot in fights, and he always gets it covered up.
He finds a way to win.
Finds a way. You ain't going undefeated, and everything is peaches and cream, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, man. That's a lot of boxing talk.
That's a lot of boxing. That's a lot of boxing.
We love boxing.
We told you. We said that first. We wanted to start this because of boxing.
We could go on.
We could go about other things too. But
yeah, we could go about the YouTube fighting, Jake Paul, Logan Paul,
keto food we've been watching.
Keto,
the keto food we be watching.
Bro, you've been on this keto hype. Well, okay, look.
Well, first of all, you got me on the keto hype.
Yeah, I've been. So
let's start that
right.
off.
So I've been. So quick background. My dad, obviously, you know this.
Yeah.
He was going through cancer at that time. He was stage 4 cancer. I stayed with him in the hospital for about a year. I had a little bed next to him, and I was just learning about.
And Arnie was telling me about
yes,
keto,
Arnie. Shout out to
sugar.
Arnie. Was telling me about sugars and carbs and like how to stop, you know, cancer cells from growing. And I got really into fasting, intermittent fasting, and then I implemented keto, right? And I got into great shape. I was telling my dad to do it, and he actually, you know, fought through this whole chemotherapy thing, and he got better. And you know, I stuck with keto for about 3 years.
Yeah,
3 years. I just recently took a break and then started to come back on it now. But yeah. So you started getting on it. And dude, it's helped you.
Yeah,
huh?
I've always liked it. You know, I've always been a big carb guy.
Yeah,
I have one of those blood types and one of those things where you don't. My body craves carbs, and it needs carbs to run efficiently and run productively.
And people don't know that well, some people do. You eat things consistently.
Yeah,
especially throughout your whole career with basketball.
Forget career, life.
You eat very consistent and clean, and yes, you have carbs. You eat a lot of potatoes here and there.
Well, used to.
Yeah. But when you were consistent, it would be like hash browns, chicken.
Yeah, and my body will work well. I mean, look at what the stats say.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
And that was always the thing with us, was like, that was like, why if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
It ended up just being something that I liked, and it was something I wanted to do. And when I tried it, it became more of a, you know, we always try to use the word. I always try to make sure we all use the same word, even with Jordan. That it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So are we changing our lifestyle?
Yeah.
And keto became a lifestyle. You know, I just don't crave sugar. I don't really want no sweets, cookies, and all that stuff. I found myself my little keto chocolates and stuff.
You have everything.
Propel
I remember.
Gatorade.
I remember when I was full on keto, and you weren't yet. You weren't on it yet. You just kept ordering so many new keto things
just to try it.
And I was like, this is sick. And I was like, dude, we should just invest in keto, because this is gonna be like
I swear.
a thing.
And now look at us.
We're just
behind the 8 ball.
I love it too. How's it helped you this off season? Just training wise.
You know, I love keto because of the inflammation part. You know, it's kept a lot of inflammation out of my body. I felt better in this training camp and throughout the whole training camp than I felt in any other camp.
Yeah.
just being clean.
Yeah.
I just really love eating clean. I think that it's kind of a lifestyle. It's kind of like a motivation every day to see how much clean I could eat.
Yeah.
But I've been really good. Like I said, it's easy for me now. It's not a diet. When you're doing a diet, you have to try to do all this stuff. When it's a lifestyle, it's just part of who I am.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have sugar. I don't want to have bad things.
The cravings are gone.
Yeah, I don't. It's too. I don't really. I used to, drink a little bit of wine, and I don't even really drink anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm really just kind of like.
That's what I noticed with keto. I actually, all my sugar cravings, I used to be a big late night chocolate chip.
Oh, I used to love that midnight chocolate. Frosted Flakes, organic Frosted Flakes.
And I started doing the keto diet, and all those cravings went away, like just
I think by
instantly.
11 o'clock, I don't want nothing.
Yeah, and I just don't even think about it.
And it's like
right?
water. I just really want water. I drink like
sparkling water. Yeah.
Sparkling water, half a gallon of regular water.
Yeah, dude. Have you been training differently this offseason because of it, or do you just kind of stay the same?
No, I stay the same because if I changed too much, it would have messed up the rhythm.
Right.
And I think that it would have made it too different than what a games like situation would be.
Yeah.
So I really kind of never did too much of the change.
Yeah. One thing I noticed though is you've gotten freaking stronger. That's what I noticed.
Big lifts.
You've gotten stronger, dude. We work out in the morning, right? And you're over here hitting 150 pounders, and I'm strong for my weight and height. I'm strong, but I'm watching you. I'm like, dude, you're lifting. You're lifting.
Yeah.
You're
Yesterday,
lifting
just doing like the dumbbells. I mean, not 150. I appreciate the confidence.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get there one day, but I'm hitting 120s.
Yeah,
and I'm hitting 120s for like 12 reps.
Yeah,
on the dumbbell presses. So
crazy.
I'm having fun, man. I'm just I thought I wanted to try something a little different, lifting the way I used to lift a little bit in high school.
Yeah.
Really heavy. And it's been great. Ben Wallace helped me a lot with that. Arnie helped me a lot with that.
Arnie, yeah. Would you say this is the best you felt in a while?
Strongest I felt.
Strongest, yeah.
I think it's strongest. I think the best I felt. I think that in a while. I think I think it's just great. I think not only physically but mentally just being in a cool spot. So I'm enjoying this right now. I know we got to go. I'm starving.
Yeah,
and I was about to say,
and I know
you want to eat, but last thing, I know you are the man behind the plan for everything that revolves around Big Cat Enterprises and stuff in my life. So I want you to give the fans a little teaser of future plans, future ideas you have. Let the fans have kind of an insight into what we're trying to do or what you're thinking for me, and see if they fuck with it, honestly.
Well, yes, sir. Well, obviously, we're always trying to innovate and trying to level up. We're obviously starting this podcast, which is step one. I think it was a good first podcast.
I love it.
It was cool.
It was
fun.
This is exactly something what we do in the house.
This is what we talk about anyway. So it was pretty easy to do. And the YouTube game, we're stepping it up. You hit 100K followers. Subscribers.
100,000 subscribers out there.
YouTube actually emailed us, said your plaque is coming, your 100K plaque.
Is it like one of those plaques that takes like 8 weeks?
It takes a while, but it's coming. So right. 100K.
We're gonna get to 500,000 sooner than later.
Yes, it's gonna once we start getting content out, which is coming soon. That's another thing that we have planned. More content weekly, and also, we have the Cat Live, which is gonna,
Cat Live is gonna be a great page if you just on our streams. We do a lot of fun stuff, and sometimes it doesn't really meet the criteria of being on the main page, but it meets the criteria of having part of the live. So there's gonna be a lot of content. Guys are gonna get a bunch of content. I'm gonna step in for that because I know we've been talking. We actually have a plan of content and stuff like that.
We're building a whole team right now. Let's get the secret out. A lot of the content we've been doing is just basically just me and him.
It's me and you. Yeah. You really only. Yeah. You asked me for 5 minutes and you want to do
editing, filming, all the photos. It's all me. But
video,
filming. Everything. So to get consistent content for you guys, okay, we need a team. I can't do everything myself. I can, but I can't, especially if it's needed every time for all the time. Me and him have started some business ventures that I'm also putting my time in, and that's also going to cut off time of me editing and filming and all that. So I'm building a team. We're building a team. It's almost done. We have a few parts left, and I'm excited for it. It's going to be cool. It's going to be rocking the next couple weeks to a month. I feel like.
And what people also don't know is that the future plans with you also are the one who edits and shoots all of Jordan's content.
And Jordan, yeah.
Jordan Woods.
I haven't even added her in there yet. That's gonna slowly come in. Jordan Woods. Her YouTube's always popping, but ever since I start chiming in with it, she's been getting a lot.
Well, shout out also if any fans of Jordan Woods are hearing the podcast.
Yeah,
you're gonna find out actually that Chucky's the one who does all the editing for the Bora Bora vlogs and the vlogs you've seen that you've loved of her so much. Even the chicken wing,
like
1 video,
1 point something million.
And you did that off the whim while I was playing.
At the house, at your house.
I was playing in the game, and you were like, "Yeah, we're gonna shoot a chicken wing thing. We're not coming to the game today."
Hopefully by the time this podcast comes out, the keto Oreo video you guys did will be out.
That was fire.
That one's gonna be a good one. Actually, we have a lot of good ones with her. You know, it's never a miss with her because once you post something, she gets a lot of love on her things. We're gonna get to that level. With cat stuff, I'm excited for that.
Consistency. You know, I think they want more content, and we're now bringing it to them. So
yeah, TikTok, we're gonna start getting on that.
Well, we got the live stuff, so we're gonna have a bunch of TikTok videos that have to go up with moments.
Instagram is great. You know, Instagram, you hit 3.1 million, I believe.
Follower.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you've already surpassed the 3. So
I wouldn't know. I'm not to the fans listening. I'm not the.
He's not.
I'm not the biggest.
He's not.
Guy.
He's not.
No.
That's why I come in.
Yeah.
And I show him things, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and then he starts posting a little bit.
I can't say shout out. I love you guys. I love you guys on social media, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. So what else should we talk about? Or you want to talk about that?
Man, I think. Nah, let's leave them with a cliffhanger so they're ready for episode 2.
We have something in the works.
Yes.
And shout out, this isn't our main podcast studio, but shout out to Green Screen Studios
for sure.
For actually, this was actually off the whim. Like we were actually filming something else in the other room.
Yeah.
And he came in and was like, "Oh, we have a podcast room here," and we just decided to do the first episode.
Let's get it done. We have been talking about it. It was a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, and we got it done. It's sick. So this might be another place we're gonna be having these episodes.
Yeah, this is sick. Well, appreciate you all listening. If you enjoy it, please stay tuned for more content. There will be more episodes coming along. We have amazing guests as well that are gonna be involved in this season of the podcast series. So. Appreciate you guys tuning in to Controlled Chaos.
And don't be scared to leave a comment and kind of give us some critique, and also just see who you want on this, the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a really nice list of people that we're ready to bring on the show. But it's up to you guys. You guys show us the love on the podcast and show that you love it. We'll make sure to bring you a lot more content of this side. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Stay safe out here. The world's a little crazy right now. So love y'all. Stay controlled.
Peace.